Hello, here we are at the house on Sand Road. This is the little screened in area of the porch. Does need some trimming of some of these vines, but that is incidental at this point. Siding is hardy board. That is a pressed concrete board. It will need to be painted every once in a while. Before we go in, let's go up. So, hot tub is out here. The listing says that they make no representations into whether or not it works. There is water in it. And I do want to note, you can see this board over here is popped up because that is the sideboard and that is the right height. The deck is sloping down because the weight of this hot tub is warping the deck. So it does need to have some additional support put underneath of it or a smaller hot tub put out here. But this deck is definitely weakening because of the weight of this hot tub. Water weighs about 8 pounds a gallon, and this is a good sized tub. I'm sure I can do this with one hand. Nope, cover's too heavy to do with just one hand because it is old and it has absorbed water. We had a good hard rain last night and this cover is soaked, so a new cover also. There's the neighbor's house hidden around all these trees, and again you have these beautiful vines that are growing up the house. They just need to be trimmed. So again, you can kind of see the tilt of these stairs, and that is because that hot tub is causing the deck to sag. Get a real good look at the roof. The roof, I think, in the listing is 2006, so not that old. Vacant lot behind over here. You can see the property surrounding. And again, massive amount of vinage here. There's even a poor magnolia tree over there that is just covered in these vines. Looks to me like Virginia creeper and maybe some passion flower. So here we are, top deck of the house. You can see over in the distance there, that is the Sound. You can see boats at the harbor. You'd be looking at Teachers Land Marina. You can see the Sound that direction as well, and then all of the village. You are at the end, pretty much, of Woodall Way. Woodall Way ends at that corner there. That is the last street, which is Seascape. All of that green open area you see is wetlands and pond, so there won't be any subdivisions built over that way. And when you get down to the end of the deck here, you do have a view down the street. That is the ocean you see. And that is all of a walk you have to the beach. You can walk down to the end of the street and right over the dune and out to the beach. So very, very quiet. This area is very popular with families because you can easily get to the beach. You don't have to worry about crossing Highway 12, and you don't have to worry about your children getting smushed, having to cross a busy street. Okay, we can see this foliage is just out of control. I don't know what the small one is, but it is blooming. All of it is blooming. It's got some bumblebees having a good time on it. It is a beautiful day here today. These dead looking trees, this one is actually not dead, but the branches are dead. That is a cedar, and the one over there is also a cedar. They are scrub trees. They grow like weeds out here. So along with these, I'm not sure what these things are with the little orange flowers, but they just grow wild. And that is a beautiful magnolia just being swallowed up by these vines. So it definitely needs some gardening. But again, here we are, and this is the stairway down. We'll do that second. Let's go back in this screen porch. The screen porch does have carpet on the floor, so you don't have to worry about the bugs and the no-see-ums. Very private. And we enter into the house. So floor is the individual tile squares. This is the kitchen, living room, dining room area. House does come fully furnished. I'm sure they'll be taking some of their personal effects. I think getting rid of this freezer in the living room would be a great help. As I mentioned on the email I sent you, the kitchen is small but functional. It has everything you need. And I think if you wanted to upgrade or change out, you don't have a whole lot of countertop to mess with, so that would be inexpensive. I have washer and dryer is here in the kitchen. So these older homes were not built with the idea that you would have a washer and dryer here. They did put them in. They would be usually in a downstairs outdoor space, which for this house would be too low to keep them elevated out of any kind of flood. So they have put them in here. I personally would switch these out to 2 front loaders, and that way you could have the additional countertop space on top of them. But that's just me. So again, this tile floor continues underneath the carpet and down the halls. The bedrooms are carpeted. So here we have a bedroom. Small, but tastefully done. Looks like potentially a queen size bed in here. And again, like it or not, you get the furniture. So the walls are paneling, and that is very common in these older homes, especially homes in the 70s. We didn't have a Home Depot down here or any kind of real hardware store that would provide the drywall. So most of the walls are paneling, but you paint them like this and they look just like a beadboard, very cottagey feeling. I wouldn't do a thing with them. Does have like a Burberry type carpet, and then they have put more like a throw rug type thing over top. And this room is not a master. It does not have a bathroom. They do have like acoustic tiles on the ceiling. They're not falling down, so I wouldn't do anything with them. You can kind of see this is the one drawback to the paneling, is that it can delaminate a little bit. So that's going on here behind the entertainment center. But the nice thing is you can take this panel off, put a new panel on, and that takes care of that. You just have to figure out why the delamination is happening. Where's the moisture coming from? It could have been an old roof leak because it doesn't look actively wet. It could be HVAC system, but definitely something to figure out. It could be that it backs up to this bathroom. So I did mention that the bathrooms could potentially use a little upgrade. You do have the vinyl flooring in here, but that is nicely original to the house. And you've got some beautiful pink tile. It's in great shape, very beachy. And you definitely have an older porcelain metal tub. So really just vanities, mirrors, maybe light fixtures, because you got that old-fashioned light fixture up there. Really, but I would leave the pink tiles because they're in good shape and very beachy. All right, so we'll continue down the hallway here. You have a closet at the end of the hall. This could easily fit a lock, a typical lock, and make this into an owner's closet. Keep your things in. Then you have another bedroom here at the end of the hall. Again, it's just the painted walls, painted painted, I've just lost the word. Anyway, siding, painted, not drywall. And the Burberry carpet, which is in good shape. It's a little smashed down, but it's not really dirty or stained. It looks good. Kid room, bunk room. This room would share the bathroom, the hall bath, with that first bedroom. This is a master bedroom. You could potentially put smaller bedside tables and a larger bed in this room. Either that angle or turn it and put it under this window. And this bathroom has a tile floor. You have the green tile floor that matches the green on the wall. But that is definitely an older sink. They have upgraded the vanity. Sorry about my fingers there. And this is on the same side as the screen porch. So your window looks out into the screen porch. They have also upgraded the bathroom in here. They've taken the tile off. They've put some sort of a beadboardy type product on the top. And they have put in a solid shower enclosure. So that is a fiberglass shower enclosure, all one piece. But nice that this room has the master bath. So 2 full baths, not a ton of house. So again, any renovations, not a huge expense. Big table. Couch is a little droopy. And that TV is just ancient. But overall, house is ready to go rent-wise. Let's go look around downstairs. And more of the crazy vinage. This time in the cedar tree. So they've done a really nice job of landscaping out here. You can tell these people have spent time in this house. Outdoor shower, which is a must-have so that your guests can wash off and not bring all of that sand into your plumbing inside. Walk towards the back here and you can see they have a nice area for fish cleaning station. Again, must-have. You do not want people cleaning fish in your sink. As you can see, some of these vines have been cultivated and are loved. Others are just wild creatures. That right there is a fig tree. We have a lot of figs out here in the Outer Banks, and they grow really, really well. This one actually has a few figs on it. It's a baby tree. That is a Generac generator system, so if the power does go out, you could have emergency power with the generator. It is hooked right into the grid. Everything here is elevated, so you don't have to worry about floodwaters washing them away. Flooding would come from the sound side, believe it or not. So it would come this way and wash across. That is the HVAC system. It is newer. I do believe it might even be 2022. They had a new septic system put in 2006. So here's the new tank and field, which is why this side of the house, the yard is raised up so much, because they would have had to put this fill in for the septic system. Propane tank for that generator. We do not have underground gas here. It is all propane. Now, there is one thing I do want to point out. You have a lot of parking here under house. It's low level parking, so you wouldn't be bringing like a big truck in here. But you can see when you're looking that almost every piling, if it is not every piling under the house, has been sistered. So here they have a piling that goes all the way up, and rot would have been found or weakness underground. So they took this new piling, and instead of replacing the pilings, which can also be done, this is an acceptable fix. It's less expensive because it takes less work to do this. But they take this second piling and they drive it down into the ground next to the piling that is in disrepair, and they bolt it. They bolt them together. That way, if the bottom were to fail, then the piling is already secured with this new piling. And you can see that they have done this with every piling under the house. Now you can see down there where that piling is rotten. several of them are visibly rotten at the earth level. That happens for a number of reasons. It can be that this gets wet under here occasionally with rainwater. One of the neighbors had mentioned that water does come under here. It could be that the pilings are from the 1970s. Maybe they weren't treated properly and they have rotted, or maybe they have just run their course, their life course, and they needed to be replaced. Replacing them is a more complicated procedure because you have to wiggle them out like a loose tooth and then bring a new one in and jet it down. Especially these center ones, there's a bit of a costly process. You also would have had to take down all of the lattice around the outside of the house, move all the tanks, and to do this process. So this is definitely the less expensive, easier fix, but I just want to make sure that you see it because it is something that is here. Not good or bad, just is. And we did, again, have a really hard rain last night, and there isn't any water sitting under here. You can see where it may have been moist under here, but it's not actively wet under here. I'm not sure if that's the hot water heater in there, but we can find out. Because I don't remember seeing the hot water heater inside the house, so. Let's go out here and get a good look at the front of the house. Ample parking, even if you're not going to pull under. I think I can get my car under there. I have a Toyota 4Runner 4x4. I think I could get it under there. You are right at the corner here of Sand Road and Woodall Way, but nobody's coming down this far unless they are going to any of these two streets, so it's not like you're going to be a lot of traffic. There again is the walkway to the beach. You can see that beautiful wooden walkway down there at the end, and beautiful beach out there. Here's the outside of the house from the street. You can see up to the watchtower up there, and again the vinage. It's a giant oleander right there. Got some Mexican petunias out here. All of these things need to be trimmed, but they are hardy and do not need a whole lot of assistance. There's even a canna lily back in there. It just needs to be dug out and found. All right. I'll take a walk down to the beach in just a minute. Okay. Here we are at the beach walkover. Let's walk over. Again, down to the end of the street towards the house. And here is the beach walk. Oh, no problem. Thank you. All right. It's a beautiful little walkway here. Bench. Sit halfway out. This is really nice because the other parts of the neighborhood don't have this nice of a beach walkover. It is lowish tide at the moment. You see, just take the stairs down. Good amount of beach that direction. And a good amount of beach this direction. All right. That's the Sand Road house.